The filter-free diary. Uh,
Good morning. It's 11:45, and today I want to talk about snakes. And for the record, I'm not a snake person. I The fact that they can be venomous and potentially kill you means that they're off limits for me. I don't do, you know, gambling with my life. That's never gonna be a thing I do. So, not a snake person, but I definitely understand the coolness that is snakes, because you look at a snake. What a snake actually is it's a head, right? And then it's just a body. There's no arms, no legs, and no tail. I keep shaking my finger, I'm sorry. Do you know why snakes don't have a tail? Because technically a tail is the extension of the spine past the pelvis. So if you don't have a pelvis, you can't have a tail. Isn't that awesome? So snakes are just a two-piece critter. You might be thinking, a snake is three pieces. It's a head, a body, and a tail. But again, it doesn't have a tail because it doesn't have a pelvis. So a snake is just a number two. And it's cool because it's like the number two that is the body, which is number two. So it's like really rocking that number two symbol pretty hard. But a snake doesn't have like a one and a one, right? It's not a body core with an appendage. What it is it's a body core, right? But then it's just a head. So what you actually have when you look at a snake is a number 5 for the head, and then a number 1 for the body core. And you might be wondering, well, why is the body a 1 and not a 2, since bodies are generally a 2? And that's an excellent question. The reason the body is a 1 is because that is the base that powers up the head, right? It's the fire, it's the logic, it's the life, it's where the heart is also contained too. It's it's the base where you can actually add on other appendages if you want to, or if you knew how to. But it's not a 2, it's a 1. And another way you know that is because when you stick out your tongue, you're sticking out a 1 as well. And that's kind of what a snake's body is if you look at it from the other side, right? It's attached at the back, and in my case, it's just a 1 protruding out. And that's what a snake's body is. It's attached at the base, and then it's just a 1 protruding out. And that's what a snake is. And do you know what that makes a snake? So even though it's a 2, right? Because it's got 2 pieces. Those 2 pieces are a 5 and a 1. Or more specifically, a 1 and a 5. That's pretty cool, right? You got 15 slithering around on the ground. That's pretty cool, right? And interestingly enough, the pharaohs in Egypt, the reason why they wear that headdress that has just the snake head coming out and not like the tail coming out the back, I'm sorry, the body coming out the back, is because what they're saying is they are the head. They are the number 5. Did you know that was coming? And that symbol we looked at a few days ago, where it shows the solar disk, and then it shows a snake head coming out of one side and a snake head coming out of the other side. That's the -5, 0, 5. Did you know they were doing that? Did you pick up on that? in that episode, even though I didn't elaborate on it? Yeah, you smart little thing. So a snake is a 15, and not for nothing. Do you know that English saying when people are shocked? I'm like, oh my God. You know that? Have you ever said, oh my God? You feel like you're cursing? You're not cursing, by the way. That's not technically taking the Lord's name in vain. Taking the Lord's name in vain is when you say, God told me to say this, and God didn't really tell you to say this. You're basically being a lying mouthpiece on behalf of God. Again, I think God is spirit, but we can say God, and that's okay. So you can say, oh my God, and it's not taking the Lord's name in vain at all. It's actually calling out to God. And interestingly enough, do you know that O is the 15th letter in the alphabet? Do you know O is what a snake is? O. Do you know what it really means to say, oh my God? Did it ever occur to you that maybe, oh, might be someone's name? Yeah, I bet that one never occurred to you. Have a good day.